Alright, so it's 10 o'clock on the dot, literally, or 2200 p.m. on a Friday night, February 9th, 2017. You guys might be wondering why am I doing this podcast very, very late. Reason being, because I almost forgot to do it earlier. I just did a recording around 9:32ish, whatever, and I had stopped the recording and deleted because I was listening to myself on whatever we was talking about, and I was like, you know what, I don't like it. Let me redo the whole podcast over again, which is cool because I really wasn't prepared anyways in the first place. So welcome to week 88, sessions 426 of 430 for the days of February 5th through the 9th of 2018. It's this week / part 88, actually week 88, of the Business Mind Leaders, aka the Wolf's Den, with your host, Ginger the Q, also known as Q Moore of HitRockerProductionsCM.com. Was going to play the music, but I'm not, because we're going to just jump into these posts and things of that nature. I'm not going to be on here far too long. But this might be a short podcast. Only reason being is because, ladies and gents, we are back to our regular schedule. Yes. Which is Mondays and Tuesdays off. Yes. Finally got back those off days. Today, well actually yesterday, was the last day. I had Thursday and Friday off. On this Friday, I went back to work on a Friday after a cool couple weeks. So, the reason why I said cool couple weeks, because you guys remember that my other shift that I had was Sunday and Monday off, which was a blessing before this shift that happened, where we got the Thursday and Friday, which whoever works at a job, if you like those off days, more power to you. I actually hate them because I kid you not, while I was reading one of the posts earlier I was in this podcast, I almost had tripped up. I'm like, February 6th. I'm like, ain't that next week or whatever? Then I realized that was this past Tuesday. So that lets you know that Thursday, Friday, my mentality is still on the Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday format. And so Thursday, Friday, I got used to it for about 2 weeks, and that was it. Because then after that, I'll be thinking that Sundays be Tuesdays and Saturdays be Mondays, and things switch up, and then I forget the time, and I'm like, yo, it throws me off. Especially we have Monday and Tuesday off for a long time, and you're so used to it, to you like, okay. Like, I ain't using no Thursday and Friday. But going back to work on a Saturday or a Sunday, it's nothing new, especially on Saturdays. We had the weekends off before a long time ago, but college football ain't here anymore, so ain't no point having the weekends off and things of that nature, straight up. Other than that, let's get some music playing, and then let's start the show. Alright, so I'm going to scroll all the way back to the beginning. And here we go. February 5th, 2018, last Mondays. I talked about this last year, but I'm going to talk about it again for a brief moment because it's going to tie in with February 6th, 2016 on the Brian Tuesday's post. So for Monday's post, I said listen with your eyes, not with your mouth. For Tuesday's post, I said to be aware of your surroundings, you will need to just be still and listen to the changes that's being made around you. Now, to explain Monday's post, I talked about this last year. I talked about listening with your eyes, not with your mouth. Because when you listen with your eyes, you start to see a whole lot of things more than what your mouth does. Now, your eyes will communicate to your ears and things of that nature what you are seeing around you. Like, you I'll put it this way: if you ever listen with your eyes, you just really don't say nothing and just observe everything. You will start to see little things that normally most folks don't see. You know how assassins know how to really take out a person personally? They know how to do that because they know how to listen with their eyes. They know how to scan the scenery in which they are. To which once they scan that scenery, they know the points to which they need to escape. They know when they need to hide somebody. And they know where they get assassinated. Almost like a ninja in a way. Because the moment you just talking and not pay attention to what's going on around you, is the moment that you get caught up in those wrong places, wrong times of the situation, or whatever. So what Tuesday's post, we start saying you need to be aware of your surroundings. To be aware of your surroundings, you need to just be still, listen to the changes being made. It's because we all need to be quiet at times and just really observe what's really going on around us. Most of us don't tend to do that because we tend to do our own things to just be like whatever. But once you really start to observe your surroundings and you really start to listen with your eyes, not with your mouth, then you start to see the bigger picture of things in life. And then you start to understand life better. And then you compute that with your business and everything else goes together. So, pay attention to your surroundings and listen with your eyes, not with your mouth. Let's continue. So for February 7th, 2018, Motivational Wednesdays, I said, if your plans are going as you thought they would, don't trip. Just go along with the flow, for you never know where God is teaching you or where God is taking you. You see, I talked about this before. I'm not going to play any more music in the background. That's going to be it for tonight with the music. But I talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again. Because most of us think that when we make our own plans and things of that nature, that we're going to execute those plans and stuff like that. 9 to 10 times, it doesn't happen like that, because 9 to 10 times, our plans will be changed in the instant. Like, most folks don't really believe that God does set your plans straight for you. Just like they know about the plan of the dogs barking in the background. So there are points and times where we try to plan things out and we think it's going to go the way that we want it to go. But God will give it a whole totally different direction, to which at times is actually a teaching point for us to really understand as to why the plan didn't go through the way that we wanted to go through. But we don't see it that way, and the reason why we don't see it that way is for the fact that we as humans want to try to do things our own way and not realizing that God already got things set up His way for us. But we miss out on the blessings because we try to plan our own situations in our own life, not knowing that God does the planning for us. But we don't pay attention to it because we hear a lot of folks saying, well, if you don't plan right now, you fail to plan and woo. But at the end of the day, it's like, nah. God be teaching you lessons. But the thing is, are you going to actually heed His words for the lessons, or are you just going to continue to do your own thing? Think about it. So as we go on to Thursday, February 8, 2018, Daily Tips Thursdays, I said run with it, face the challenges, and take care of business. Basically what I meant by that was, sometimes in life you got to run with things that's going to break it down, going to tear you apart. But even through those challenges, whatever tough times, you're able to overcome it because you know how to hustle. Especially if you got a business and things of that nature. And there's a challenge within the business. You know how to break down that challenge. And you know how to take care of business. The reason why I say another breakdown of that challenge is because you are a solution solver to an issue. At the same time, the challenges is nothing but life lessons that teaches us as to what we need to do. Let's continue. So for today's post, February 9, 2018, Boss Says Fridays, I said every minute truly counts. The reason why I mention it like that, like every minute truly counts, is because normally at work, when I try to get there on time, I know how to map out certain transportation things of that nature, which I need to take in order to get to work on time and stuff like that. Or at work, and we're about to do an aircraft and things of that nature, I know how to make sure that every minute counts, especially if you got 10 minutes, I know how to use those 10 minutes properly. So that's what we have to do in life. In life, we really have to pay attention, not just to time itself, but pay attention to the minutes. Because once we pay attention to the minutes, that 1 nanominute second could truly be the different outcome of a better life, or us still being mediocre and still being stuck. Try to sell the good stuff of whatever. I forgot what I was talking about. Kind of dozed off there a little bit, and I forgot what I was talking about with the stuff, whatever. But yeah, every minute truly does count. Oh yeah, it's about the little job, whatever. But yeah, like the aircrafts, like 10 or whatever minutes, and next thing you know, you gotta really pay attention to the minutes as to get it done on time and not get no delays. So the same thing with life. Every minute truly does count. And I know sometimes that we be like, man, forget about time and, it's going to move by fast, whatever. But no, every minute counts at whatever time does with it. And what I mean does with it, I mean how time truly could change a whole outcome of things, but could also change in the instant inside of a minute. So just remember, every minute counts. Every minute truly counts. Whatever you do in life, every minute counts. So make those minutes count, and they're going to help you grow and investment to something else greater. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's podcast. The video podcast will be back on Tuesdays. Woot woo, so stay tuned for that. And I know, once again, this podcast is not quick. But at the same time, the reason why it's not is because I got to get my rest, because I get up early to get to work on time. So, yeah. I'm already dozed off too while I'm laying down to do this podcast. So, that right there is my cue for me to go ahead and just sign off, and I catch you guys on Tuesday. Nevertheless, you guys can check out my social media sites at hiprockerproductionstm.com. That is hiprockerproductionstm.com. For the Snapchat, it's Chinchi2113. If anybody from Snapchat is listening to this podcast, you guys need to bring back the old format of Snapchat, because this new update is not the business. Nevertheless, though, ladies and gents, thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast. I'll catch you guys on Tuesday for part 50, which is a big milestone on the video vlogs and things of that nature, so I'm happy about that. Try to figure out which beach we're going to go to for this one, so stay tuned for that, and the topics that we talked about will actually be perfect for it. So with that, though, ladies and gentlemen, catch you guys on the flip side. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and yeah, one love. Your boy is out. Deuces.